It's my favourite!
It's good to be back. I'm Adam Taylor, and this is the Walk Alive City Break special. Yeah. Yeah!
Nighttime into the day, a song about a sweet old woman. They do the song about the night, then they do the walk of life. Yeah, you do the walk of life.
Once upon a time, there were a group of lads that lived in the villages of Stanton Harcourt and Sutton in Oxfordshire, and we did the usual things like playing football, skateboarding and jumping off our parents' roofs onto trampolines. But then we all grew up. Or did we? Now, you obviously know who I am.
I don't know how to put this, but I'm kind of a big deal.
Anyway, enough about me, let's check out the other lads on the trip.
First to worst, we have my brother Danny. The carpenter fell off a windmill and nearly died in the Australian outback. Then he got stitches in the nearest place of care, the vets. Second the best, we have part-time vegan Ollie. The electrician and all-round cricketer once adopted a goat and named it Didier. Thirdly, we have orderly travel specialist Matty. The social media troll has been blocked by famous stars such as Joey Barton, Philip Schofield and Stan Collymore. Next in line we have Matt's brother Johnny, the master of day rate. The Sea Scout leader holds the record for the world's longest construction on a village pub. And last but not least we have scaffolder Gurko. The die-hard Oxford United fan often gets windburn and only drinks shandies. Plus, you never rely on him on a penalty shootout. And so we started our car journey, but it wasn't quite how we planned it.
It's time to wake. It's time to open your window today. Fresh air, sunshine. Let's get naked. You will be mine. You will be mine. Look at the back there. Pissing Then I will stop your way.
Once we arrived at Luton Airport, we had to decide who was going to stay in what room. So we did the fairest thing and did names out of the hat, but we all knew who Johnny didn't want to partner with. Gurko.
Yes!
Johnny!
So just about to get on the plane, but could have been a Fly Emirates or British Airways, but instead this gentleman here has decided to book Wizz Air, by the way, a fluorescent pink plane. Excellent. Wizzy.
Sunt eu, Picasso, ți-am dat bip și sunt voinic, dar să știi, nu-ți cer nimic. Vrei să pleci, dar numai ei, numai ei, numai ei, chipul tău și dragostea din tei. Mi-amintesc de ochii tăi, ei. Vrei să pleci, dar numai ei, numai ei, numai ei, chipul tău și dragostea din tei. Mi-amintesc de ochii tăi, ei.
My house in Budapest, my hidden treasure chest, golden grand piano.
We arrive in Budapest, the capital of Hungary. Situated on the Danube River, it is the most populous city in the country, with 20% of the nation living there. So, 1 in 5 people in Hungary is a Budapester. That's quick maths.
To stop and believe, but for you, ooh, I leave it all.
Blessed with an array of hot springs, it is known as the City of Baths.
Right, so many people don't know that the word Budapest is actually come from the combined city of Buda and Pest. The two cities were united to a single city in the year 1873. The name Buda comes from the name of its founder Buda, brother of Hunnic ruler Alicia, and the name Pest comes from the word Pessin, a fortress during the Roman times. Isn't that right, Gurko? You thought that actually Budapest was one city, not two. They tried to rinse me to say it's like saying London is long and done. Get your facts right.
Over you, ooh, I leave it all.
So one of the many famous people from Budapest is Erno Rubix, the inventor of the Rubik's Cube.
Harry Houdini, the famous escapologist, is from here before he escaped to the USA. One of the greatest footballers of all time, Ferenc Puskás, is Hungarian. The former Real Madrid player scored an incredible 514 goals in 529 matches, and internationally 84 goals in 85 matches, leading him to domestic titles, European Cups, and even reached the 1954 FIFA World Cup final. There's an award named after him given for the best goal of the year. That might as well be 80-30's Rabona against Conor Ullman with Floody against him at Wembley when it went top bins. We do the most! Judith Polgard, the world's greatest female chess champion, is Hungarian since the tender age of 15 in 1991, a record that still stands today. The game is played everywhere in Hungary, including on floating boards in its thermal baths. Checkmate!
Give me one good reason why I should never make a change. Baby, if you owe me, then all of this will go away. Give me one good reason why I should never make a change.
Robin Thickwald wants his shirt back. You know you want it.
Stress levels have gone down like 1,000,000%.
Mine are still up.
What was decent to the start of our trip was the price of drinks, as it worked at about 400 fornits, which converts to £1.09. That is just going to get silly. But drinks could be expensive if you're Gurks, as he insisted to have this drink with us, which was 22,000 fornit, which equaled to 60 quid. And so we went on to the next gaff, where we saw some live music in an underground basement.
I just don't think you understand. He only cost 5 mil. He's better than a zoo. I say we got Deli Alley. Something in the air that night. VR was right. Fernando. Yeets. Danny! Danny Rose! Danny! Danny Rose! Danny! Danny Rose! Danny! Danny Rose!
That was nice, Adam. Do it again.
Oh, engine! I'm gonna burn you. Random fact, Hungarian parents are subject to a naming law when it comes to calling their children. They have to go to the Research Academy of Science in Budapest to have it pre-approved. No Brooklyns or Northwests here.
After recovering from the night before, we decided to educate ourselves by discovering the city centre and see the tourism sites of Budapest.
So f***ing cold.
Transport is reasonably good across the city centre, from trams to underground to taxis and even boats. Your average taxi fare will be about 3,700 fornit, which works about £10 in an 8-mile journey.
Continental gherkin.
Continental.
And now we will reach the summit of Budapest by visiting Buda Castle.
The city of Budapest is rich in culture and there's tons of World Heritage sites such as the Danube River, Hero Square, Buda Castle and many others. It is a city filled with several fascinating places in which it makes the most scenic places in the world. There are more than 40 theatres and over 100 museums and galleries across the city. Aye.
Not just make up words.
Pretzels. Okay, because you guys.
So when you're hungry in Hungary, don't automatically think you have to go for goulash. Well, except for me, because I've got goulash right in front of me. But it's really nice, but there is other dishes you can try out, like langos, which is Hungarian's all-time favourite dish. It's a flatbread with melted cheese on it. Really nice, but not ideal if you're on a diet. And they literally put paprika on everything in this country. I tell you, in fact, 1,000 tons of paprika is produced annually in this country.
In the 5th century, King Callery named the Tokaj area of Hungary the first official wine-producing region in the world, 120 years earlier than the French. Put your glass of Bordeaux aside then.
Legend has it that when in the 1848 Hungarian revolution against fascism, party Hungarian generals executed the
Off your giblet.
A beer in Budapest ruins is a must when visiting in the city. The pubs, or kurts as they call it, quite literally sits inside mainly bombed out areas, with the ruins, bullet points all across the area. Just like here, the original of all ruins, Zimpler.
Ask pretty much anyone what they recommend you do in Budapest and they're likely to suggest a night out at Zimpler Kert. The iconic party place is undoubtedly the city's most famous night spot and has inspired wave after wave of ruined pubs, all of which have unique styles and drinks.
There was something in the air that night.
You want one more?
Gildando. There was something in the air that night. Gildando. There was something in the air. Come on.
Everything?
Yes.
Yeah. Hey. Hello. Yeah, mommy.
Hey!
Hello! Hi! Yeah! Yeah! Sorry. Spicy? A little bit.
A little bit, just a little.
Yes? It's garlic. Yeah. It's okay? Yeah, a little bit more. Yeah!
After an array of drinks we consumed on the second night, we headed out to check out more of the city while stopping off for some street food and, yes, you guessed it, more drinks.
So in Hungary, obviously the language here is Hungarian. You might need it to get around town because not many people can understand English, obviously, here. So "szia" means hello, but it also means goodbye. So keep that in mind. Now, to get my thank you, it's a word called "köszönöm" or Kutsi means thanks. Now, if you want to get a drink around here, thank you, Matt. I love that. I got one short. Short is a beer, or you've got bort, which is a wine, or a brandy flavoured drink is a palenka.
Clutch.
So palenka. So if you want to order a drink, it is a correct edgy sort, which is one beer please. Sort. And then of course, when you finish with that, you got Eji Gejerai, which means cheers.
Said that on the last video.
Yeah. No.
You shouldn't click your videos though.
And that's really as well. And then Asamet Karen, that means check please if things get a little bit rowdy and you need to do one in another area.
Peter, check.
If you need to do one in another area, what do you mean do one in another area?
Well, if your things get a bit rowdy,
do a
you go out. So yeah, and then you say see ya for bye. And that's to get by.
See ya.
Budapest is also home to the second largest synagogue in the world and the largest in Europe. The Donate Street Synagogue, just behind me here, can accommodate 3,000 worshippers and it's 44 metres high and it covers an area of 2,000 square metres. It is also a World Heritage Site. So, if you're a Yid like me, this is the opportunity to go Yid Army!
It's racist.
How much for that? How much do you think of that?
3 Swiss francs.
How much?
3 Swiss francs. No, I'm not playing, I don't want them, sorry.
Just think what tomorrow will do. Don't stop thinking about tomorrow. Don't stop, it'll soon be here. It'll be better than before. Yesterday's gone. Yesterday's gone.
The music has got us going again, particularly with Matt showing us his new dance. I'm sure I've seen this online. While I made the fatal error of using the car mode on Google Maps instead of walking, it took us 45 minutes instead of 10 to finally reach our destination at the Parliament building.
So Budapest is home to the third largest parliamentary building in the world. Thanks, Ollie. It covers 18,000 square metres, has 691 rooms. Thanks, Gerks. Big helmet. And also 20 kilometres of stairs. It's 96 metres high.
Oh, everyone! You get that? Yeah!
You film it?
Oh.
seems to know the way. Then I look at you, and the world.
I've never seen such an array of buildings.
Just one look at you, and I know it's gonna be a lovely day.
A great photo outside the Parliament building, but here's the catch: the Chinese woman put it on the pano mode, which made Matt's face look like he had a stroke. And so we continued on to check out the Pest region to see more of the Kurds and what it had to offer.
Random fact, the number 96 is very important to the Hungarian people. The crowning of Alfred, the first king of the Magyars, which are the Hungarian people, marked the beginning of the Hungarian state in the year 896. Budapest Metro was built on the country's millennial anniversary in 1896, and by law, buildings in Budapest must not exceed the height of 96 feet, and the Hungarian national anthem should be sung in 96 seconds if done in the proper tempo.
Yes!
We made a plan of action on our last full day in Budapest, as I continued to be the tour guide of our group, but I was demoted in the back as I was not allowed to use my navigation skills.
Looking back on the track for a little greenback. Got to find just the kind or losing my mind. Outside in the night, outside in the day. Looking back on the track, gonna do it my way. Outside in the night, outside in the day. Looking back on the track, gonna do it my way. Look back. Looking for some happiness, but that is only loneliness to find.
This is a thing of significance in Budapest if you take a splash in the Széchenyi baths, the largest medicinal public bath in Europe, as the mineral-rich waters of the natural hot springs will cure bone, skin and muscular alignments in the body. It's also home to the Ghercules.
Adam doesn't look creepy.
I hope you drown. Over. Yeah, right.
I'm elbowing about 4
I don't think
Considering Hungary is a landlocked country, it is drenched with our good friend H2O, from the cooling rivers and lakes to hundreds of hot thermal natural spas. In fact, Budapest has more thermal springs than any other capital city in the world, and a massive thermal water cave system. An amazing 70 million litres of thermal water rises to the surface daily. No surprises then that Hungary's national sport is water polo.
Everyone's looking. You haven't drawn that much attention. Unbelievable.
I fully recommend coming to the thermal baths if you ever come to Budapest. Unlike Johnny, who decided not to come in and spent 2 hours on a bench smoking. Well, I suppose it's better than spending 2 hours with Gurko. So after a bit of exercise, we headed back to the city centre to have some more drinks.
Go on then, is everyone Macedonian?
Who's Macedonian? There's Walrus.
Was defeated. 13 Hungarian generals were executed, with the Austrians clinking their beers each time they were executed. I've done it again. Apparently in Hungary it is considered rude to clink your beer glasses together. This is because a legend has it that when in 1848 Hungarian revolution against the Habsburgs was defeated, 13 Hungarian generals were executed, with the Austrians clinking their beer glasses after each execution. As a result, Hungarians vowed to not cheers their beer for 150 years. And while the time has passed, the custom still remains. Eye contact though is a must each time when you say "It's a Gesherai," which means cheers in Hungarian. So a fact worth drinking to. It's a Gesherai. F***ing hell. Definitely smashed that.
Here we see the wild gherkin looking like a bellend.
You're like a walrus and suck a dick.
Adam's going to have funny with all these fucking video clips.
Matt took us on the start of our last night out to a communist bar, and yet another picture where his face was blurred.
Yeah, let's go. Go.
Question I now have to ask is how the fuck did we get smashed that bad? I just very nearly lost a penny and bought my hat. Yes, I don't know the thing. Am I a stick
But Matty made it up to us as he went by a recommendation called Fat Mo's, where we befriended some locals including Swedish sex pest Ollie. But the funny thing about this place was every TV screen displayed in the nightclub showed the live security footage of the dance floor, which only encouraged us to act like farm animals, as our teacher would say, including Dan's signature party trick, the shoey! The next morning we discovered the most outrageous thing on this trip.
The bed sheets are off. You want to say why?
Well, shit the bed!
Bad guy falls and poop. Classic element of physical comedy. Now comes the part where we throw our heads back and laugh. Ready? Ready!
And there is the face of a 30-year-old who actually shit the bed. So while Dan still tried to figure out how he shit the bed, we had time to reflect on what was an amazing trip, starting with Girk's incredibly stupid quotes he said during his time in Budapest, called the Hungarian Girk's Diaries. Are those headphones with no wires wireless? Tim Hill. All these countries at the f***ing same. You look Icelandic. I don't want to walk on that bridge, there's one in Ensham. I'm just taking in the depths of the culture. That kid's wearing Storm Island, fresh as an aubergine, Clef Pellet. This cigar looks like Mo Farah's cock. I'm not going there, I'm Catholic. Millennium I. Life is our oyster. What's the point of tourism? Because when you died, you don't remember anything. I feel a bit tourism-y. Same topic, different diaphragms. The candles of David. I'm not carrying my bag around St. Tropez. That's the worst ladder in existence. That's the building and painting matter. You can't just throw out qualms, the castle of Nazareth. You get tired drinking beer in thermal water, and if you go into space, you are below sea level. Figure that one out. Although we were in Budapest for 4 days, we have so many great memories to look back on.
In one single moment your whole life can turn round. I stand there for a minute staring straight into the ground, looking to the left slightly then looking back down. World feels like it's caved in, proper sorry frown. Please let me show you how we could only just be for us. I can change and I can grow or we could adjust. The wicked thing about us is we always have trust. We can even have an open relationship if you must. I look at her, she stares almost straight back at me, but her eyes glaze over like she's looking straight through me. Then her eyes must have closed for what seems an eternity. When they open up she's looking down at her feet.
Dry your eyes, mate. I know it's hard to take, but her mind has been made up. There's plenty more fish in the sea. Dry your eyes, mate. I know you want to make her see how much this pain hurts, but you've got to walk away now. It's over.
So then I moved my hand up from down by my side, shaking, life was crashing before my eyes. Turned the part of my hand up to face the sky.
Johnny!
Cause I can't imagine my life without you and me. There's things I can't imagine doing, things I can't imagine seeing. It weren't supposed to be easy, surely. Please, please, I'm begging, please. She brings her hands up towards where my hands rested. She wraps her fingers round mine with the softness she's blessed with. She peels away my fingers, looks at me and then gestures by pushing my hand away to my chest from hers.
Dry your eyes, mate. I know it's hard to take, but her mind has been made up. There's plenty more fish in the sea. Dry your eyes, mate. I know you want to make her see how much this pain hurts, but you've got to walk away now. It's over.
And I'm just standing there. I can't say a word, because everything's just gone. I've got nothing. Absolutely nothing. Trying to pull her close out of bare desperation. Put my arms around her trying to change what she's saying. Pull my head level with hers so she might engage in. Look into her eyes to make her listen again. I'm not gonna fucking leave it all now, cause you said it'd be forever and that was your vow. And you're gonna let our things simply crash and fall down. You're well out of order now, this is well out of town. She pulls away my arms, the tightly clamp round her waist. Gently pushes me back as she looks at me straight. Turns around so she's now got her back to my face. Takes one step forward, looks back and then walks away.
I I know it's hard to take, but her mind has been made up. There's more fish in the sea. Dry your eyes, mate. I know you want to make her see how much this pain hurts, but you've got to walk away now. It's over.
I know in the past I found it hard to say, telling you things but not telling straight. But the more I pull on your hand and say,
oh shit, the bed.
the more you pull away.
Dry your eyes, mate. I know it's hard to take, but her mind has been made up. There's plenty of fish in the sea. Dry your eyes, mate.
All good things come to an end. Until next time.
But you've got to walk away now.